Okay, what about French? Even though I had a horrible stop, I was just observing a game, I'll just stop that. Horrible over the board loss, but 1538. I'll stay with his ratings. Quite stable. Played about 50 games. Max 1541, 15th of January, 4 days ago. So, I think I'm just going to play this with this quiet waiting move, Bishop D7, Euwe's waiting move. Okay. If he castles, what about H6? So castles H6. Is knight B5 a big threat? About just A6 or knight F5 even. If G4 is knight H4, so I think knight F5 actually. Okay. Alright, so I'll just play H5 secure the knight, which is the case of Bishop E7 G5 if he castles. Bishop E7 G5 castles Bishop E7. Okay, so put pressure on D4. Maybe Rook C8 looks okay. Oh, is white quite solid here? Bishop E7 is G3. I'll play it anyway. Is it F6 by playing? Just rip open the G file, castle queenside, play knight G3 later, that sort of thing. Okay, just want to castle queenside and play rook G8. Could win a pawn, knight H7, castle, bishop H5, rook G8. better move that, I suppose. But then taking on c5, queen c5. That's bishop e3 there, almost winning the queen. That's a problem, isn't it? Queen a5, b4. Queen moves back, b5 maybe. I think it's worth doing anyway. Oh, there's bishop g6 check. Whoops. Oh, king d8. King c7 artificially castle. c4 just to stop the position opening up too much, given my king's over here. So king c7, rook to g8 later. I get a chance. There's no bishop f7 at the moment. The knight controls f7. Otherwise that would be pretty diabolical. I have closed up the centre now. This means that diagonal to reinforce d4 with these knights. So king c7, rook ag8. Going to e5 later. Maybe. Okay, he's on that queen again. It's pinned to the rook at the moment, so I think I can do this to get rook g8 in. There's no b3 and take, so there's a take on there for the moment. I get to play e5, and rook g3 if takes, knight e5. Takes, rook g3, queen f2, end of game. So b3, rook ag8. Actually, bishop's kind of trapped. Ah, that could be really annoying, whatever it does. Bishop d6 and bishop f7. Bishop g3 there. And follow by rook g4. I lose e6. This is e5. Well, that opens up the diagonal anyway. Well, there's e5 anyway, just to lose d5. e4. That's annoying. Provides bishop f7. And also b3 is now a threat. I mean, I have to go in for these sacks on g3. I'll take and take on g3, lose the exchange, lose a rook. Doesn't look that convincing really. Getting the dark square bishop does seem to be a concession, even though e6 is going to drop. Maybe just rook g4, bishop e6. Oh, he's even just got that. Okay, rook g4 here. So there's rook f4. This is getting a bit nasty quickly. I could take and then take on f4. I think I'll do that. Otherwise he's controlling g8. There's King D7 to get the queen to D8 after. Okay, so Rook G8, King D7. Rook moves Queen D8, and then there's Rook G4. Not really convinced here. King D7 coming up. Queen protects Queen D8. No devastating blow there, I hope. Let's give my Queen D8 there. What about Knight E4? That looks like a useful knight. Let's go to E4. It stops B3 because of knight C3. So Queen E2, he could sack the exchange. And F5 for knight E4. There's knight E5. Check. Okay, so back to Queen D8. Queen D8. And then Rook G4. If B3, there could be trouble ahead. Maybe just taking on B6. So he's probably threatening evil stuff to do with Queen E6 now. So King C7 or Queen F8. Maybe I'll try Queen F8, I think. Probably loses horribly to it takes Queen E7, if Rook D6, Bishop D6, Queen E6, King C7, Queen D5 looks strong. I can get control of E6, which I don't think it's going to know it. So Queen F7. Is Queen F7 going to be allowed? I don't think it is. I think it's going to play Rook D6. Ouch. So D5 will drop with a miserable position. Or is it worse? Oh dear. Okay, so if I go backwards, knight takes D5. Horrible. But not immediately apparent how that's completely lost. Pawn situation 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe it's already a pawn up, maybe 2 pawns up. Queen. If I could just get my queen to G7 without losing D6, that'd be handy. So something like King A8, Bishop B8. Mind you, Knight F6 is going to be arriving with Knight D7 as a threat. Bishop e7 here, just winning a piece. Okay, so I think king a8, knight f6, rook h8. With knight d7 there, queen g7, queen d6, queen g2, king e2. So let's imagine rook g8, queen e8 is waiting because that knight. That's always a bit unfortunate, isn't it? So what would be the best resistance here? What about knight d8, offering the exchange of queens? Queen e8. No, there's no queen e8. I think knight d8 under the circumstances. It's grim. It's absolutely grim position. I'll be 3 pawns down if he just plays queen f6, but at least my king's not getting mated and he's getting a bit short on time. So queen f6. Three pawns up. Right, if I just hold in there. If I play rook f6, there's knight d7, so not too many options. 4 minutes 30. 3 pawns down. Knight f7 here, at least. I don't know. What about knight h6 to attack f5? Knight d7, king c7. Okay. Go for f5. 4 minutes. I don't think he's the strongest player on 5-minute chess with a rating of 835, albeit over 9 games. So if I can just try and get some time pressure, that'd be cool. 3 minute 50. His blitz is even lower at 720 over 15 games. So this is relevant now. I'm only saying it because it's relevant. If I can just try and crawl back in time pressure. If I play knight takes f5, knight c4, rook f8, a lot of damage has been done to my position here. b5 is probably not much better because of knight f7. So knight f7, rook f8. Okay. 3 minute 30. Play rook f8 here, there's knight e6, that's not much resistance. Bishop f4, there's knight e6, that's not good either, to lose the bishop. What about knight takes h4, there's knight d6 and knight f7. So I think this rook's got to move away from h8 to rook g8 would seem to tick a few boxes. Rook g8 for knight takes h4 without losing the rook on h8. Knight d6, knight d6 as well. Okay. There is knight h4 here. There's knight e6 and then rook h4. I'm putting the bishop away on h2. Would that help? King g2. There's knight d6 there. I'll put the king. If knight f3, bishop d6. Mind you, there is now rook e7. Looks like a goner this position, of course, for me, but time-wise, getting some pressure. That b5 here. Knight e6 is not munching anything just yet. Late a5. And bishop can go to d6 without being lost. Rook g1 king e2. No, rook g1 he just takes, so bishop d6 is probably a lesser evil move here. Right, so knight takes d6. Doesn't seem... just attack this knight for a sec. And protect this guy. Path of most resistance. So king c6, knight c4 to attack b2 pawn. Or a4 and king c6 or king d7. So he's coming down to 2 minutes. Okay, if I take, I get rook b8, not knight c4 because rook c5. If I get this past a pawn, no, he's going to munch that. That's the end of my past a pawn. Whoops. Not necessarily. Okay, it's giving me my a pawn. I can work with the a pawn. Okay. I suppose c5 and the pawns are crashing through. I was getting a rook on the 7th now. Looks as though this is pretty terminal. Knight b5, is that most resistance? Mating that merging. So try and get the rook behind to rook d1 or something. And so d7 looks pretty crushing. I'll get the rook behind. Maybe knight takes d6. It's only got a minute here. Or knight a3 to be annoying. And then back to b5. Mind you, there is d7 check on the cards. Oh, going down to his last minute. Could be a close one. I was going to win a rook now. There's knight d4 to e6. Oh dear. There's still knight d4 to e6, down to his last 50 seconds. 49. Oh dear. Is a4 any use? King c7. There's rook c8. Nope. There's rook b1 for knight a3 check. For king c, there's knight c3. I could try that. This might check. Oh, now he's queen and pawn. I can't get back to the pawn. 30 seconds. Can I get to D2 to be annoying? 20 seconds. D2 just to slam down? Or D1, sacrifice the rook? Oh dear. 19 seconds. $14, 12, 10, coming down to his last 10. Stop the queen. 6, 5, 4, 3. Throwing a check. 2, 1. Yes, he lost on time. This is a clear engine abuser. There's no way this guy will be 5-minute chess 835 and blitz 720. So think what you like about this game. It's called survival. Okay, this is a jungle, this 15-minute auto pairing. I can't make an apology for this. I wanted to push him to the limit and survive as long as possible. That was the only idea here. So he kept on using a minimum time for each move in a totally one position. So if he had taken this, it would have been a draw, not mating material. And for that I got 1 point. I went from 2-1-1-3 to 2-1-1-4. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.